Show me someone that becomes rich by being a politician, and I'll show you a crook. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the madness, the corruption, the manipulation, and the insider trading that is rampant in Congress right now. Because while the average American is suffering, while America fell into recession in 2020, many people in Congress profited millions. And it is finally time to expose what is happening on both sides in Washington once and for all. So everyone, we're not going to hold back in today's video, so let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. Okay, now first things first, what we have to talk about is 2008. Something I'm sure we all remember, the financial crisis that caused one of the biggest stock market crashes and one of the greatest recessions we've ever seen. But during this time and during briefings when congressmen and senators were told how bad things were going to get, they sold and used insider information, and insider trading during 2008 was rampant. And this couldn't have come at a worse time because people were very upset with what was happening on Wall Street and the bailouts. And it was from this public outcry that the Congressional Knowledge Stock Trading Act of 2012 was created.
That is a good and necessary thing. We were sent here to serve the American people and look out for their interests, not to look out for our own interests.
So as we can see there, Obama signed in this legislation in 2012. And with this legislation, congressmen and women simply had to report their trades within 30 days. But you know what the consequence is if they don't? A measly $200 fine, a slap on the wrist. And we've seen time and time again in Congress that people have delayed their reporting. And this has led to the investing meme of Nancy Pelosi. Look at this, everyone. Nancy Pelosi makes millions off tech stocks and scoffs at push to ban congressional trades. And as we can see this chart here, everyone, she has been absolutely smashing the S&P 500. Now, 95% of hedge funds can't even outperform the market, and most of them didn't outperform the market in 2021. So how can Nancy Pelosi, when she's not a full-time investor or hedge fund manager, continually outperform the market? Let's dig a bit deeper, everyone. Look at this, everyone. This is return of senators versus the S&P 500 benchmark. And we can see here on every time scale, they outperform the market. On a month-over-month basis, they just bet it by 0.1%. But then over a quarter, they bet it by 1.3%. And over the past 2 years, they've outperformed the market by a massive 6%. This is huge, everyone, because even a 1% difference in returns over a 10, 20, or 30-year time frame of investing could be the difference of millions. Because look at this calculation just to show you how powerful this is, everyone. For example, if someone invested $1 million at the start of their career for 30 years at an average return of 10%, their portfolio would be 17 million. But let's say they had a bit of insider information and over their career, they got a return of 16%. What would their portfolio be worth now? $85 million. That's a difference of nearly $70 million by outperforming the market by just 6%. So you can see how much of a difference just a small percentage makes in returns over the long term. And so Nancy Pelosi has come under fire lately, and this is her response.
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be. Yeah. Because this is a free market and we're a free market economy, they should be able to participate in that. Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know about you, everyone, but could you see her response there? You could tell she was shaking in her boots. You don't need to be a body language expert to see that she is very worried about this. And she knows that she's trading on insider information, but she wants to continue to benefit from this. And it's funny how she states here, well, you know what? It's a free market. So she's pretty much not even denying the trades that she's doing. But when it comes to you and me, they want regulation, regulation, and more regulation. And I don't know what's worse, being able to trade in your personal portfolio and then influence policy to benefit it, or companies being able to send practically unlimited amount of money to your campaign, which then influences policy. And Congress people like Nancy Pelosi, their salaries are only around $200,000, but her net worth is estimated to be worth anywhere between 90 and 110 million. That's because the way they report their investments and their portfolio, it's in ranges. They don't actually report the exact amount. She said here, the speaker does not own any stocks. As you can see from the required disclosures, which the speaker fully cooperates with, these transactions are marked SP for spouse. The speaker has no prior knowledge or subsequent involvement in any transactions. So that's right, she does not speak to her husband at all about her investment decisions. He just makes all these trades and she just has no clue. They must think we are very stupid people. Earlier this year, she also seemed to praise antitrust legislation, saying there's been a concern on both sides of the aisle about the consolidation of power from tech companies. And this legislation is an attempt to address that. But privately, Pelosi has continued her relationship with big tech executives. According to a New York Times report, Mrs. Pelosi has spoken with Apple CEO Tim Cook about the legislation. But it's not just Nancy Pelosi, and I don't just mean to pick on her. This is happening on both sides of politics. We also saw what happened in 2021 with Federal Reserve officials also insider trading, and then they resigned. But listen to this, everyone. Today, no one has been charged in connection with the Stock Act investigations undertaken by the Justice Department and Securities and Exchange Commission. Because who fund them, everyone? Congress. A recent Business Insider investigation found at least 182 staffers and dozens of legislators were tardy in reporting their trades over the last 2 years. Some who were caught paid paltry fines as low as $200, while others were not punished at all. And there is no government system that catalogs who erred. And like I said, it's not just Nancy Pelosi doing this. Look at this, 4 senators sold stocks before the coronavirus threat that crashed the markets. According to financial disclosure forms, Senator Kelly Loeffler, Dianne Feinstein, and Richard Burr each sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in stocks within days of Senate hearing, holding a classified briefing on January 24th with Trump administration officials on the threat of the coronavirus outbreak. This is absolutely unacceptable, everyone. These people are meant to serve us, the people, but we're continuing to see again and again and again they are using their political power and political leverage to benefit themselves and make themselves rich, while the people that are voting for them are struggling more than ever. I'm glad that this is getting more public attention right now, and I hope there is some change, and I hope these politicians are held to account, because we all know if this was you or me or someone on Wall Street or someone that works in finance, they'd be thrown in jail without question. But of course, it's rules for thee, but not for me. So everyone, what do you think about this? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.